Big Knicks.
Knicks rehab.
Knicks rehab, y'all. What's going on? ¿Qué lo que? Nos fuimos. It's my guy. Dímelo, Alberto. Yo te veo ahí. Tranquilito. Ah.
He said, tranquilo, papi, tranquilo.
No hoy. No hoy, AllBall. No hoy. No se puede.
¿Qué tú? ¿Qué tú haces?
Yo. Acelerando. Porque ya. Los Nueva York Knicks. You understood that, Paul? Los Nueva York Knicks.
That's right.
They talking about bringing back Donte. Donte back, bring him back with the memories. Come on. The Knicks have both eyes on the prize on two Western Conference guards as trade season opens up. You know it's getting close. That December 15th date, we talked about it. The Knicks are looking at guards as the NBA December 15th contract date unofficially opens trade season in the league. Pum. December 15th marks the date when most players who sign fresh contracts during the offseason become eligible to be traded. New York Knicks veterans Jordan Clarkson, Landry Shamet, Garshon Yabusele will no longer have restrictions on their trade status. Whoa, boy. Please keep these in mind. Jordan Clarkson, Landry Shamet, and Yabusele. Yabusele, your time is league sources tell Clutch Points that the Knicks have had exploratory discussions with two Western Conference teams about potential trades. And those talks were with the New Orleans Pelicans guard Jose Alvarado. We covered that yesterday. Tap into that video to get our reaction to that. But that ain't the news. Minnesota Timberwolves guard Donte DiVincenzo is part of the center of various trade proposals. Yeah. They get into the Pelicans off to a 4-22 start. You know, Jeremiah Fears, he's going bananas. I don't care about their 4-22 start. We all love that kid out of Maryland. He looks amazing. Stop comparing him to Joker. That's Jeremiah Fears. I made the mistake, old boy. I was talking about our guy, Queen, man, Derek Queen. Hell out of here, Jeremiah Fears. I mean, he's starting some trouble out there. But I digress. They get into the, a move for Alvarado reportedly making $4.5 million this season would not have to hamstring the Knicks cap sheet. A reunion with DiVincenzo, however, would be more complicated. His salary of almost $12 million necessitates New York trading away a package of more than just young players or recently eligible veterans. More key notes right there. Why would the Timberwolves move Donte? Do we care? AllBall usually doesn't, but I'm here to nerd it out. New York's interest in the reunion with its Villanova-educated playoff hero dates. I don't even like that sentence. Date back to last season when the team had some internal discussions about reacquiring DiVincenzo. So that was a rumor, and again, it's resurfaced. The Knicks were trying to reacquire Donte last season, and here they are. Come on, they're talking about it again, and we're talking about it now. The sharpshooter played one season with the Knicks, setting franchise records for three-pointers made in both a single game and a season at that time. Bringing back the three-point specialist back to Madison Square Garden, where he had a career year, could make sense for both sides. The Timberwolves, however, would need to agree to any trade bringing the Wildcats back together. One source familiar with the situation told Clutch Points that Minnesota sent New York's front office several trade proposals, but that sides did not come close to any agreement. So Minnesota reached out first. Let's get that straight. The Timberwolves are said to have some interest in the protected first-round pick of the Knicks, who are owed that by the Washington Wizards, according to league sources. That pick is protected if it ends up being any of the draft selections. So make that trade and Washington tank the rest of your season because y'all are trash. Don't be playing any games. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. We see some vets on AllBall. I'll remind us. They said it. Landry Shamet, Jordan Clarkson, Yabusele. None of us really.
Pack them up. You ain't got to finish. Pack them up. You ain't got to intro me in. I ain't got to let you finish that. Go get Donte DiVincenzo. I'm going to say it again. Yabusele, Clarkson, Shamet. Pack them niggas up. Go get Donte DiVincenzo. Not arguing with nobody. I'm not debating with nobody. This is the moves that I'm talking about to move forward, uh, to go for this championship. I like Alvarado. That is subtle. Donte DiVincenzo is exactly what we need. He's Alvarado times 10. Bigger, stronger, just an all-around better player. We see what he was already with us. We need the three-point shooting. We need the fight, the intensity. We need that energy he brings. So for me, let's get the job done. I can't wait for December 15th. My opinion, I think that's all the Knicks have been waiting for. December 15th is when a lot of things can start going down. And this probably has been in the works for a while now. I think naturally, when we got rid of Dante, we didn't want to get rid of him. I think in the back of our minds, we always thought about we got to go try to get Dante back. And this is it. My opinion, if we didn't have to wait till December 15th, it probably would have happened already. If we have the pieces, if we can make it happen, if Minnesota agrees to taking them guys, pack them up, pack them up, pack them up. Dante DiVincenzo back with the Knicks makes us that much better. To me, that gives us a much bigger chance to go up against the juggernaut over there in the West in OKC or maybe even Denver. Even though the last couple of years in the regular season, we've owned Denver, right? But let's be realistic. They got the best player in the NBA on their team. They upgraded their roster. So for me, listen, Dante wants to be in New York. He never wanted to leave. He loves it here. Those guys are best friends. You got a new coach now that the offense is flowing and it's perfect for Donte DiVincenzo. So for me, Fabian, I'm gonna say it again. Clarkson, Shamet, Yabu, pack them up. It's nothing to discuss. To me, this is not even nothing to think about. Go get Donte DiVincenzo. And to me, that takes us from 80% to 95% as far as winning the championship. Now we have a legit backup guard that can also handle the ball, that can put the ball in the bucket. He can go get his own shot. And by the way, great three-point shooter. And that's exactly what we need. And he's hard-nosed and tough. He don't back down. You always need that. So for me, I love it. I love this right here. Slow down on the Alvarado. Now, we can get both of them. But for me, who I want, Donte DiVincenzo, bro. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. December 15th, Monday can't come any quicker, bro. Pause. Go get Dante. It's a no-brainer. And I'm gonna be real. We gotta start watching the Minnesota Timberwolves very closely. Back-to-back Western Conference Finals. I don't think they made the right moves and put the right plays around Ant-Man to where they're gonna get over the hump. Right now, OKC and Denver is way by far past them. I think in a minute, Minnesota's about to have a fire sale. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm gonna say in a year or two, I think Ant-Man may be out of there because it's gonna start looking like the Garnett Timberwolves, where it's like, yo, bro, listen, we watching everybody pass us. We got this great young player. It's been 7, 8, 9 years. Listen, and how long is he gonna keep watching his counterparts just continue to flourish? So I think this is right here going to start being the downfall of the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't see them getting back to the Western Conference Finals. So for me, watch that closely. Y'all heard it here, AllBall TV. We cut everything when the ladies of AllBall TV pull up in the building. I seen it down there. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the eloquent. Tori B is in the building. Tori B, what up, baby fellas? Y'all know the drill. Thumbs up, a high, a wave, heart, whatever it is. Be respectful. Say hey to the beautiful ladies.
Come
But
on.
yeah, Fabian, that Minnesota Timberwolves, I think this is the year that's going to make a lot of noise for them in the playoffs as far as from a negative standpoint. Um, because like I said, Houston, Minnesota lucky Stephen Curry got hurt. Because to me, Minnesota took so many notches down from now with OKC, Denver, Houston. So yeah, Yeah, listen, where there's smoke, there's fire. And when you see a little turmoil, that's when you make your move. And I think the Knicks are smart enough to say, okay, Minnesota, it's going to be a lot going on in that front office. There's going to be a lot of bickering and, hey, this person, that person, what can we do? That's when you strike. Go get Donte DiVincenzo. And if we got to give up that pick, give that shit up. Stop letting picks hold us back from making the right moves. Give that pick up. Don't even hesitate. Take them 3 niggas and that unprotected first. Go get Donte DiVincenzo. We are trying to win a championship. Like I told you, R&B is back. I don't want to hear we went to the conference finals 2-3 years in a row. Who gives a fuck? Let's go for this championship. And I think Donte DiVincenzo is a perfect piece that we need, that we didn't want to let go. We shouldn't have let go. But if we could reunite him with the band, with the family, the friends, the fellas, I think right there is that's gonna put Detroit in a tough spot. That's gonna force them to have to make a move because, like I said, it's between us and them. But I love this move. Front office, New York, get the job done. That's all I'm gonna say. And Fabian, before I let you cook, a move like that makes us attractive, even more attractive for a guy like Giannis. See, y'all gotta remember, a guy like Giannis is gonna sit and go, yo, man, they making the right fucking moves over there. So either way, it's great for the Knicks. Make the move, get the job done. Get the job done.
You thought we would have mentioned Giannis, huh?
Yeah, okay.
Hyped up. You know how I feel about that trade. You know how I feel about that trade. Think 2 seasons back, I always reference it. The depth of that team. Donte was a part of it. He set a record for 3-point shots made in a game, a single game for the Knicks, and a season. I not that I didn't understand that. Obviously, Minnesota was looking for shooting and making sure that they spread the floor with a Donte DiVincenzo since they were losing Karl-Anthony Towns for the money. And Donte DiVincenzo, obviously, he had to play backup point guard, and he would have to play some of that over here again because he was bringing the ball up for us. It's just obviously it's exciting, nostalgic, reminiscent of that team that we had that almost took us to the promised land. But for the most part, let's not forget, ball. Donte DiVincenzo was going bananas. Had a career year with the Knicks. You see it there. 15 points a game, 15 and a half points per game when he was with us from 3-pointer. He shot 40% from 3, 44% from the field. Shot 8 threes a game that year. There's no way they're not talking to Mike Brown about it. We'll talk more about what Mike Brown speaks to this team about a little bit later. And here this season, Donte DiVincenzo shooting 38% from 3, shooting around the same amount of 3-point shots per game. But he's down to 13 points a game, losing the clip there. He's shooting 41% from the field this year. Is that discouraging? I don't know. But we know what it means to play with guys that you want to play with. We know what it means to go to work with guys that you want to work with. It's just different. And we don't have to deal with, there was allegedly some locker room chalk, some chatter about Julius Randle when he was here. He wants to be the lead dog. He was the lead dog here with the Knicks, and it was clunky a little bit. Minnesota's kicking themselves in the ass for not taking Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle. I always said that was dumb, and I thought we would have lost a lot. With that being said, so a little bit of luck here if we do get Donte DiVincenzo, because we didn't lose Mitchell Robinson in the process. Still have him to do what he does. He's coming off the bench now. Donte will probably be coming off the bench as well if he does get back. Just beyond excited. I think Brunson and the system we're running now. Imagine he set a record for 3-point shots with the Knicks when we had Tom Thibodeau as the coach. We see that we're trying to look for more 3-point shots. That rate went up not immediately, but it has shown to pay dividends this season. The isolation has gone down. So less isolation, more ball movement. And another thing that gets overlooked with Donte, he can take it to the basket and he makes decisions quicker than a lot of players do that we've had in the last 2 seasons. That was my biggest thing about Donte. If you go back and watch those games, stop playing around. Donte put the ball on the floor. As soon as he got the ball, he made a decision. He was shooting or putting the ball on the floor, going to a new spot. Mike Brown has to be thinking about a guy like that who could touch the paint, spray three. Now we're back at it again with that. How much more better can you get at spraying the three than a guy who can shoot it and put the ball on the floor and get to that paint? Obviously, Kolek, if he's part of the trade, he's still working on himself. He's still trying to get better. He's not established yet. Jordan Clarkson, for me, he's up and down. I get what everybody's saying, but to me, it's disappointing. That's an immediate upgrade to Jordan Clarkson. That would be insane because Donte D'd up, and he's coming from getting some more knowledge in there. Remember, Dante's been in Milwaukee, several teams, now Minnesota, and with us with the Knicks, and he played at Golden State. Let me forget. So
Yeah.
he was probably there with Mike Brown. I gotta look that up. But if he might be familiar with a lot of things that Mike Brown's trying to institute. So all these things are culminating together at once for the December 15th trade deadline. Well, not deadline, but the unofficial start of the trade season in the NBA.
Listen, man. You make some great points, and just for me, I just feel with our Knicks, we just was waiting, to strike when the iron got hot. December 15th, I think, we the front office, this is what they've been waiting for. I think getting a player back like Dante just makes us that much better. I'm sorry, my opinion. Um, like I said, Yabu Selly, I don't even understand how he still gets on the floor, just to be honest with you. But for me, Dante is just what he brings to the table on the defensive end, the tenacity, just the energy, the effort, the toughness, and the shooting. And he's another ball handler. What we always preach about in today's NBA, you have on these teams at least 5, 6 guys that can handle the ball and run the offense. Worst case scenario, 3, 4 guys. We have one in Jalen Brunson. Everybody else looks funny and clunky when they try to bring the ball up and run the offense, including Bridges, including Deuce. So now we get another ball handler in there that can get his own shot, and like I said, that can shoot the three. In today's NBA, you can't have enough 3-point shooting. That's just what the game is today. So for me, this move here would be great. This move here, I think, will solidify us as long as we continue to play the way that we've been playing, and Cat and Brunson continue to try to build that chemistry and play at an all-star or NBA level. Listen, I think this right here puts us at the top of the food chain as far as the Eastern Conference. A lot of people have us competing with Detroit. I think we get Donte DiVincenzo. I think that puts us right above Detroit. Like I said, I'm taking my Knicks bias out for a minute. Like I said, gotta respect Detroit. You and Flea been preaching about that. I had to give in. Balls. Detroit is tough. But I think we acquired Donte DiVincenzo. I think that puts us right back at the top of the Eastern Conference. So for me, this move, it has to get done. I'm being honest. It has to get done. I think this is the move uh that we need to to put us right there.
Let's not forget that's the team that Dante started a brawl with in Minnesota. They were going bananas over there. So Dante, he's chippy, not scared of nobody. We're missing that. We're
Oh yeah.
missing that. I see Josh Hart yapping and all that. Okay, cool, man. But get chippy with make them think now. Put them get the team emotional. It's another guy. He's a little hot headed, but we need that. We were looking for from PJ Tucker last year as a guy at the end of a bench. But I like what Kenya Martin said when he said at the end of his career, he was sitting down. He really ain't had to say much. You had Tyson Chandler in there who was a big talker. Something that's not talked about enough is Tyson Chandler, the way he would command the defense and the way he would be the general out there, like a middle linebacker. Those kind of guys, you need them. And then who else do we have to really calm this thing down? Do we need anybody with championship experience? Are we looking for that? I don't know. But he kind of has it with Milwaukee because he won. I know he got hurt, he got injured, but he's been around the league. Did he win with? No, he didn't. They didn't win with Golden State. Hold on. Does he have 2 rings on the low?
Uh, I think it's one. I don't know if it's two. I know the one he has, he was injured. I don't think he has one with Milwaukee. I think he just missed that. You could fact check it though.
Now he
But
got the one with Milwaukee because he got hurt. And
right,
then
right, 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 right. I don't know if he got the one with Golden State. I mixed that up.
nah, yeah, he didn't get it. He
Right, right, right. He missed that.
right. But it's
Yeah.
still, he still has the experience. Like I think to be on a team like that and see and go through everything and especially with the way Milwaukee won.
Well, well. Let's not forget, OG has championship experience, just as DiVincenzo, even though he was injured. Remember with Toronto with the Kawhi Leonard thing. So for me, I think for us, trying to have a guy that has championship experience, my opinion, is a little overrated. We have vets. We have guys that played at a high level their whole life, from high school all up until now. When you have guys like Brunson, we know what they did in college, 2 championships, with that crew. Cat, number 1 draft pick, been in the Western Conference, been in the league a long time. Then you have OG championship experience. So for me, I think everything is there. And I go back to what Kenyon Martin said. This reminds me of that New Jersey Nets team with him, Kittles, and those guys. Not a super great roster, but if you get the right pieces and everybody do what they have to do, this is how you win a championship. And I've been saying it for how long now? If we continue to play like the Detroit Pistons, the Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, that style of basketball where we play as one, nothing selfish. We play to win basketball games. Nobody worries about individual stats. We do what it takes to win. I think we have no problem. And I think a guy like DiVincenzo fits perfectly. He already was here. We know what he brings to the table. I love it. I love it. And he's legit. I'm gonna say this. Watch your back, Deuce. I love Deuce, but you can't keep getting away with averaging 8, 9 points. I'm just saying. Seriously, if we're gonna be successful, we need a guy to come off the bench. That was our Achilles heel. Bench scoring. We need a guy who we thought Clarkson was gonna be, where just automatic fire. Microwave. That's what we need. Guy that's gonna give you 10 to 20 a clip. No problem. So for me, I think Donte DiVincenzo, listen, I think he fits into that seamlessly. So New York, get the job done.
Get the damn job done. Kidding me? Speaking of which, Donte DiVincenzo, great, pretty good shooter to great sometimes. He was on fire. He helped bring this energy. And Josh Hart, a fellow Nova Nick, he credits or has been crediting the shooting coach, Peter Patton, with improving his jump shot. Seeing his name, and all of a sudden today, it's an article that popped up with Josh Hart and the New York Knicks and the shooting coach, the secret sauce himself, Josh Hart, how Josh Hart and others are benefiting from new Knicks shooting coach. It's an article from The Athletic. James Edwards, he's always talking about the Knicks, breaking it down. They talk about Peter Patton here. You gets visual feedback. He actually shows what you're talking about. Sometimes you can hear it and not really understand it all the way. I'm like a visual learner in a way, so that helps. That's from McCullough, the kid that the Knicks got. And you have also some interesting comments here. Coaches specializing in shooting aren't as common in the NBA as you think. Not every team has a dedicated shooting coach, which considering how much value is put on the skill and how often it makes or breaks a player's development is odd. How Patton got here is interesting. This is very interesting right here, folks. In their first conversation together as co-workers, veteran Josh Hart asked Coach Mike Brown about his plan with his staff and if he could hire a shooting coach to work with him and the rest of the team every day. Mike Brown obliged and he hired Peter Patton. So you see it right there. Josh Hart is saying, yo, I need help with my shooting. We need help with our shooting. Can you please oblige? You do us that favor. Mike Brown did his thing, wasn't playing any games, hired Peter Patton, well-decorated individual, And before I move on, Josh Hart said, I'm working with Pete every day on my shot. Like I said before, it was something vital for me to have a shooting coach here on staff that I could work with every single day. Obviously, I had one before, but he lived in Los Angeles. I was playing 38 minutes a game. It was tough to focus on the mechanics. With Pete, I'm able to work on the mechanics every day, even if it's just a little bit. It's a feeling, repetition. This old ball might go a little bit viral. I was playing 38 minutes a game. It was tough to focus on the mechanics. I don't know if Josh Hart was playing 38 minutes a game, and we could actually, verify that, Josh. But we know he was running through the ground. We know what this means when a player references last year in any manner. And he's the type of dude. Him and Josh and Jalen Brunson are very careful what they say, especially Thibs, because Thibs is family to them. I know he's beefing with a Worldwide West Thibodeau is right now, but listen, Josh Hart played 37.6 minutes per game last year. That was the highest of his career by at least 4 minutes. That is insane. That is strictly crazy. What the hell it was Tom Thibodeau thinking? Are you kidding me? This is what Josh Hart is talking about, y'all. It ain't me. Josh said it. Josh brought it up. I didn't bring it up. This is Josh Hart's minutes per game for his career. You know, he started off in LA. He was a bench player, went to the Pelicans. That's when he really jumped up, by the way. I noticed him when he got drafted by the Lakers. And I thought he was, athletic, but I didn't know how he could fit. He tried so hard. And right here on the Pelicans, he started averaging 8 rebounds per game. And that's when I said, yo, there's something up with this guy. He's always getting rebounds out of nowhere. Fast forward, he went to Portland. Of course, that's when we traded Cam Reddish for him. Great trade, by the way, Leon Rose. One of the great trades of the Leon Rose era. And you see here throughout the years, 23 minutes, 25, 33, 32, the Knicks 33, 30, 33, and then it jumps up to 37.6. And Josh Hart always spoke to how, yo, man, I was done last year. Old boy never wanted to hear that. He said, yo, these guys are 25, 26 years old. I don't want to hear about you being tired. But we saw Mikal Bridges complain about it. We saw Josh Hart complain about it. We even hear a lot of players speaking to it now where it's like, yo, bro, you don't practice. You don't go to these training camps early enough. How are you going to be in game shape, let alone the play? Forget the playoffs, regular season mode. So I'm not going to shut up, Flea. No, I'm not. Josh Hart said it, not me. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger from the comments, the
Flea,
comment
what
section.
up?
No, not what up, Flea. Hope you're enjoying yourself tonight. Everybody shout out Baby Flea, by the way. She's having a great performance tonight.
Yes, yes, yes. Big shout out, Baby Flea, man.
So you see,
Christmas show, right?
yeah, Christmas show,
Yes,
man. They're
yes,
getting it
yes,
together.
yes, yes.
So, all ball. You heard it there. Josh Hart, the Knicks giving credit to his shooting coach. By the way, the shooting coach he worked with Kawhi Leonard, Kemba Walker, Julius Randle, Tyrese Halliburton. Kawhi Leonard has made an improvement throughout his career on the Spurs. Randle, he stopped shooting 3 pointers, which I was glad about. And Tyrese Halliburton also, another guy that he had to improve his shot. As ugly as it is, he had to improve that jump shot. But what do you feel about, what you heard? It was a secret sauce to scoring from the Knicks. And we see now Josh Hart's been shooting 39%. It's up to 38% now, his shooting, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He
I mean,
40%
that's
from the field. Oh boy,
mhm.
his last 5 games, he shot 57%, 60%. Had a clunker in Utah, another clunker with against the Hornets, but 57% against the Celtics. So in his last 3 out of 5 games, he shot over 57% from the 3-point line. And that's been with that injured finger. So this guy's turning it around. He enters the starting lineup. It ain't all talk. He's in the papers talking about I play 38 minutes per game. I was playing on my last legs last year. Let's not forget the season before he was holding his rib cage. It felt like his heart ripped out on the sideline because of those damn minutes. And Mike Brown, he's been running the team, dare I say it, like a head coach. Oh boy.
I mean, Listen, you said it all. That was a great piece. And you can tell Josh Hart has gotten much better shooting from three. Even his confidence. So, I think a move like that was great. We needed a move like that because as we see what the NBA is today, you got to be able to shoot the three. If you can't knock down a 3-point shot at a high clip, listen, you're not going to have a chance to win a championship. So, I think that was great. And it shows we are so much improved on the 3-point shot. Do I love it? Because we do take too many threes sometimes, but I have to go along with the times. This is what the game is today. But a guy like Josh Hart, I'm glad that he noticed and understood he needs to be able to shoot the ball because as important as he is to us, you have to be a threat on the offensive end because if you're not, we're playing 4-on-5. So for me, kudos to Josh Hart for acknowledging that, and kudos for Mike Brown for making it happen. And now it's starting to show on the court. We are a way better 3-point shooting team. And when we're on fire, we're on fire. But a guy like Josh Hart, if he becomes a threat from the outside, Lord have mercy, look out. But to watch OG and Bridges just get better and their percentages go up as 3-point shooters, to watch Josh Hart now have the confidence to where it's actually a good shot. Listen, that's something that you have to be able to do if you want to beat some of these great teams and compete for a championship. So I love stuff like that. And with the 38 minutes thing, I'm not going to kick Thibodeau in the back. It's listen, it is what it is, man. We already know. I'm gonna be honest. We look better uh right now. That's just guys look fresh. Um, guys look I'm gonna say a little happy. And the game, we just look better. I'm sorry. Listen. I'm gonna kick Tom Thibodeau back and fuck Tom Thibodeau.
Please
Get
not
your
hit his
ass out of
toppers.
here.
Please
Yeah,
not hit
yeah.
his
Listen,
toppers. Yeah, full
listen,
screen.
listen, man. Tom Thibodeau, I told y'all, it is a possibility he will never coach in the NBA again, and it is a reason. He's too stubborn, in my opinion. He doesn't know the game from an offensive end. Guys were playing too many minutes. I was one of those that was saying, listen, you guys are young, play the minutes. But it's obvious it was too many minutes. Now that the minutes is being spread around, remember, guys are shooting better from three. So for me, this is a direct shot at Tom Thibodeau. I'm sorry. People may not want to hear it. My brother Flea may not want to hear it, but that's a direct shot at Tom Thibodeau. We cannot ignore that. We cannot. First, it came from Bridges. Now, Josh Hart throwing a shot out there. So we have to believe it. That was a problem. But listen, right now, healthy guys are shooting the three better. What more can I say? Listen, the thing is though. Let's see what happens when we go on the road and when we play some of these better teams. Let's see what happens when we go through a stretch where we're playing Denver, in OKC, in Houston, in LA, and we play in Detroit. Even though Cleveland is a mess, let's see what happens when we go through those type of stretches. When we go through a 10-game stretch, let's see how that comes out because we liable to come on here and kick Mike Brown back in. So, for me, I'm always gonna play devil's advocate, but we cannot ignore how much better, how much fresher we look playing for Mike Brown thus far and playing for Tom Thibodeau. It's the evidence is there, and I'm sorry we can't ignore it.
And we got Orlando coming up tomorrow. We'll have a Knicks rehab, of course, following that up. The NBA
That's an
Cup
early. That's
tournament.
an early game too.
It starts at 5:30, so we'll be
5:30.
on
Yeah.
probably around 8 o'clock with you guys. That San Antonio OKC game, Wemby's coming back,
Wimby is back. Yeah.
so we gonna make that might be a short Knicks rehab, y'all, because we got it's must see TV. Big Wemby in the building, but we got Orlando coming up. We lost to them twice. They punked us the first time at the Garden, punked us again in Orlando, and we got them back after Dirty Desmond playing games. So we got to show improve. And to your point, got Orlando coming up. If we beat them, we play the winner of San Antonio and OKC in this NBA Cup, and that's the stretch we're looking for. Big dogs say whatever we want. Spurs are looking absolutely amazing. Another surprising team, even though it shouldn't be a surprise with a damn phenom like Wemby. They're playing well without him, with them young guns. Major test coming up. No matter what, the next 2 games are going to be against great opponents at this stage in the NBA. All ball.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Orlando's no pushover. If I'm not mistaken, Ben Carroll's coming back. So
He's already
you
back.
know,
He's been back. His first game back was with us, if I'm not mistaken. Before when the same game Wagner
okay.
went down.
Okay, so tomorrow is definitely a big game because that's Orlando is a team that we may have to go through or meet up with in the playoffs. And as we know, they tries to punk us, and sometimes they do, and it's just a good team, and they're on the rise. So teams like that, you got to stomp out their confidence. When you give teams like that confidence, and then you meet up with them later on, that carries over. So I 100% agree. These next 2 games, this is where the Knicks and Mike Brown is going to be tested. You have the Orlando Magic, who's a real, a real thorn in our side when it's trying to get, to the next level. And then the winner of OKC San Antonio. Either team, listen, juggernauts, big dogs. So yeah, I totally agree. These next 2 games is really going to show what we're about.
Knicks rehab.